So good. Man, I'm stoked. This is a pretty hard to get Irish. Call it Blue Spot. Cask strength Irish. And I've been hanging on to this for a little while because I didn't want to kill it. But fortunately, I came back around and I was able to get a few bottles here in New Hampshire. So now I'm stoked because now I can pour a glass and enjoy this. It's really good. So it's a 7-year cask strength coming in at 117.8. So it's an Irish whiskey finished in bourbon barrels, sherry butts, and Madeira casks for at least 7 years. Triple distilled. Really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Probably one of my favorite Irish whiskeys in general. So, as of this moment, we're in New England, so it's currently about 66 degrees outside when I'm filming this. And the video you're about to watch, we filmed a few weeks ago, and it was after a pretty decent snowstorm, because I remember, having to clear the driveway before we shot. So that's living New England. That's New Hampshire for you. So I guess I did all right last week, sniffing out Derrick's Stranahan Sherry Cask. Let's see if I can do it again this week. See how it goes. That's good. That's really freaking good.
Welcome back and happy Tuesday. Tonight in the Whiskey Cave, we're going to see if Tom can guess one of my favorites, Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew is a staple for me on St. Patrick's Day. This is my go-to Irish whiskey. You can find it in most places. It's smooth and easy drinking. One of the neat things about Tullamore Dew is that it's a triple blended Irish whiskey. That means that it has malt, corn, and wheat as part of the process. And that gives it both sweet and subtle flavors. It's 80 proof, relatively easy drinking. A 50-50 whether or not Tom gets this bottle. But I'm pretty sure he'll know that this is an Irish whiskey. You'll probably hear something about sugar cookie in his responses. All right, let's go get him and see what happens.
How's it going, D?
Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday? How's things?
It's pretty good. You take care of all that snow?
Oh yeah, it's gone. It's gone. So finally getting some snow in here in New England.
Yeah, it's kind of a steady drumbeat of 3 inches,
1 to
3 inches,
1 to
3 inches.
Finally got a couple 2 to 4s in there. Yeah.
Well, I haven't been able to deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to lift anything heavier than 5 pounds this week until my eye heals, so wife's had to use a snowblower and do the shoveling.
Yeah, how'd surgery go?
It's good. Good.
Yeah.
20/30 so far on this eye, but I can't see anything up close, so I'm going to need reading glasses.
Can you see me flipping you off?
Yes, I can see that.
Damn it.
It's a pretty big fat finger. I got that one.
Oh, so I'm excited, man.
All right, I think I got
enjoying these things.
I got faith that you're probably going to get real close on this one.
Okay, all right. So it's a fan favorite of mine?
It's got distinctive characteristics.
Distinctive characteristics. Are we getting into something peaty?
No. That probably won't get into anything peaty for this opening salvo.
Okay, all right. All right, well, we'll take a look at it. Very light.
Yes. Lighter than I thought, actually.
Yeah.
Like almost no.
Yeah, it's almost no. I mean, it's a very, very faint, light, springy fruit.
Yeah, what is that? I get a little
banana, maybe.
Yeah, like kind of on the back end. It's this little like ripe banana.
It's not going to help me too much on the nose. Other than I'm gonna stick with the malt family. But I'm not getting anything that's just screaming this or that. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's an okay nose. It's just very light.
It's very light.
Very nondescript. Down hatch. It's bland as fuck.
I prefer to say it's subtle and smooth and easy drinking.
Yeah, we can go with that. You can take shots of this stuff.
People do. People definitely do take shots of this stuff.
Okay. Is this a Jameson?
This is what I replaced the Jameson on the list with after you.
Yeah, I got it. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, it's very light, very hint of butter cookie.
Yep.
Like no proof to this at all.
No, I'll give that.
Yeah.
Good, bad. It's there's nothing to it to be
There's
bad.
nothing to it. Yeah. I mean, clearly, if you're trying to introduce something to somebody to whiskey, and you want a light offering, then you know you could do this. Like I said, you could also take shots of this. So it's just that
It's very clean, very easy
very
drinking.
clean. Yeah. So yeah, all those descriptors really kind of put me into a lackluster Irish whiskey. Is probably where I would say we're at. Mm-hmm. The comps would be, probably a Jameson. Nothing nice like a Redbreast or anything finished. There's no finishing properties here. I haven't had Tullamore Dew in a long time, but I mean, I could see Tullamore Dew being somewhere in this lane.
Yep.
So I suppose those would be my kind of comps. Just a light, really easy drinking whiskey. Very nondescript.
So you want
About 80 proof
Yes,
would
same.
be my guess. Entry level price point, especially on an Irish whiskey. It's probably looking at about a $35 bottle. Nothing fancy here. I mean, flat sevens across the board.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
so you drink it, but nothing you go searching after.
so the problem with this is I would overdrink it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the problem. So
And I did introduce this as my St. Patrick's Day whiskey.
oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yes. So it leaves the palate quick.
Yep.
And anytime anything you're drinking leaves the palate quick, and this goes for water, Kool-Aid, coffee, whiskey, when the flavor profile leaves the palate, you have a natural tendency to pick your glass back up and
drink
put
some
it
more.
back.
Sure.
Put it back. So when you go to something strong like a peated scotch or a coffee, Tullamore Dew.
So I'll give you this one. I think you got all around it. You brought it up a couple times.
It is 80 proof, right?
It is 80 proof.
Yeah.
It's about $30.
Yeah.
It is actually, in my research, aged a little bit
Okay.
in ex-sherry and ex-bourbon barrels.
Oh, okay.
The unique thing I didn't know about this until I did a little research was it is a combination of malt, wheat, and corn.
Really?
Yeah. I
Did not know that. Yeah.
And for me, I'd rather have that than Jameson's.
I suppose that would warrant a side by side, but I don't.
Not that they're
I don't think they're that
significantly
far removed.
different, but that's just for me a little smoother, a little easy drinking.
I will say this:
Easier to drink.
Years ago, I was on a bit of a Tullamore Dew, the 12-year kick.
Yep.
And I think 12 years a single malt, and still a very easy Irish, but just a little bit more flavor profile. But even that's been a little while since I've had that, and it's been I couldn't tell you the last time I've had this. A long time.
It's a random St. Patrick's Day in the
Yeah. But it is really it's an easy whiskey. Like I said, almost too easy. Like I said, leaves the palate quickly.
Yeah, and that's I think for a lot of Irish whiskeys, especially your entry level, they are built for drinkability.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's mixing them or shots of them or just, you know, easy drinking, that's what they're built for.
Put it in Irish coffee.
Smooth and, you know, kind of nondescript. You're not gonna be wowed by the flavor profile, but also, you know, very few people are gonna be offended by it either.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously it's got a, you know, very affordable entry point. So, but yeah, I would unfortunately I would probably overdrink this because it just dissipates too quickly. And I like a palate that lingers.
That's an interesting perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a good choice for an easy entry.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it tags all the hallmarks of an Irish whiskey.
You got a score for it yourself?
No, I think 7's probably pretty fair.
Yeah.
For what it is, and I wouldn't have any problems like sharing this with especially the novice drinkers, like people that really have experience and, you know, they want to have a new whiskey experience. This isn't something I would give them. But if they're just like, I want, you know, cocktail, this is perfectly fine.
But if you've never had a whiskey before, this is the least likely to give you the head shakes.
Yes.
You know, or the first person to take that.
It burns.
Yes. It's hot. It burns. Right.
Yeah. You're not gonna get that with the Tullamore.
You know, maybe you do. You know, if you're a real novice, you know, drinker, what have you. But this is definitely the least likely to do that.
If I'm looking for Irish whiskey, this is usually in the well or, you know, behind the bar. I can find it lots of places, and I know what I'm going to get.
Yeah.
And I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah. I think this is
most places
common.
we go don't have, you know, this kind of selection.
No. I would say this is a common port in an Irish coffee.
Yep. Let's get that.
Yeah, because you're getting your flavor and your palate from the coffee more than you are the whiskey. The whiskey, you're just getting the alcohol.
Sure.
You know, the APV. But yeah, I mean, you know, upper end Irishes, they start to experiment with the finishes on a sherry cask or any different wine casks. You get this flavor profile with the wine finish.
Sure.
And then that really brings the character to an Irish whiskey.
I'll agree with that.
All right, I'm taking a win.
All right. Good.
Cool.
Next week.
Next time. Later.